and said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman will not be heir with my son Isaac. And the thing was grievous to Abraham's sight because of his maidservant, and because of his son, and he should drive them from him. And Yah said to Abraham, let it not be grievous in your sight because of the child and because of the bondwoman. And all that Sarah has said unto you, hearken to her words and do. Therefore, in Isaac shall your name seed be called. Okay? Now I'll go to verse 36. And the prince of Mistion, now this is Satan, of Mastion, the one I told you about, the one that went to Yah and asked permission to keep some of the evil spirits to work with him. So a lot of them are bound down today, to the day. I'm trying to tell you, me and Brother Faye been talking about after the rapture, and I like what he said, and I appreciate he said that, sir. Think about it, when we change in a twinkling of an eye, that's when the demons be changed, the gates be open for the demons. And I never thought about that. As we be changed in a twinkling of an eye, the dead shall rise first, and the ones that remain changed twinkling of an eye, that quick, that's when the demons going to be loosened. The ones that are changed in the river of Euphrates right now, bound. They're talking about these are wicked demons. Y'all had to chain these demons up. They were so wicked. They're going to be released. And all the demons, you're going to be all through the earth. Now, right now, there's only very few what Satan has. All right? Satan only has very few to do his work on the earth. Okay? Now, verse 16. And Abraham loves Isaac his son, and he delighted in him above all things else. He bid him offer him a burnt offering on the altar. Thou wilt see if okay, sorry. Let me go for verse 15. Excuse me. In the first year, in the first month, in this Jubilee, on the 12th of this month, there was a voice from heaven regarding Abraham, that he was faithful in all that he told him, and that he loved Elohim, and that in every affliction he was faithful. And I like that. Every affliction that Abraham went through, he was faithful. Affliction, he was tried. Everything he was tried, Abraham was faithful. I want you to look at that. When you go back and read the Bereshit, dealing with Abraham, every time you look at Abraham, everything that he did was faithful to Yah. Every time he was tried, look how he was, this is how he was tried. All right? Again, the prince of Mistim came and said before Yah, behold, Abraham loved Isaac his son, and he delights in him above all things else. Bid him offer him as a burnt offering on the altar, and you will see if he will do this command. Thou wilt know if he is faithful in everything we're in. Thou doest try him. And this is the last trial. This is the last trial of Abraham. But I want you to look at all the time he was afflicted. Abraham was afflicted. Now look at verse 17. And the Lord knew that Abraham was faithful in all his affliction and all his trials. For he was tried through the country with the famine. Remember when he was going through, Abraham was going to famine, then he went to Egypt. He was faithful. He was tried. And he tried him with the wealth of kings. Remember when he went to Sodom and Gomorrah? And the king told him, I give you everything. And Abraham said, I want to touch a sulak. What you give me? He said, Yah. Do you remember that? He went through that trial. And he tried him again through his wife. Okay? When she was torn. She was torn from him. And with the circumcision. When y'all told him about the circumcision, he was circumcised his whole household. He was tried through Ishmael. And Hagar, his handmaid, when he was sending away. He didn't want to send Ishmael. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? That was the firstborn. Would have been my firstborn. I don't care about my wife. You know what I'm saying? That was my child. Even though you told me to do what you told me to do, and I went and did it. Didn't want to. But I did it. Now I have a child. I've been with this child over 13 years. Raised him as a baby. Now he's walking. You know what I'm saying? He's Miguel's age. Walking, talking, everything. Playing around. Then he becomes Michael's age. Do you want me to get rid of my son now? But he did. Send him away in the desert with a bottle of water and a cup of bread. In the desert. Don't know what's going to happen to him. You had no cell phones back in the day. You can't call them, check on them. When they left, they weren't coming back. He was tried. Just like we get tried. Think of all these situations that he was getting tried. But Abraham passed. Verse 18. In everything we're in, he was tried. Tried him. He was found faithful. And his soul was not impatient. And he was not slow to act. For he was faithful in love of Elohim. I like this. Check this last part. It says, he was not slow to act. You know how we get slow, man. When y'all tell us something, man, it takes us a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 5 years to do what he told us to do. We know that. That's called slow act. You know you heard y'all tell you to do this, and you love it so much that you want to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? You love your daughter so much, your son don't even want to listen to y'all. You know they're cutting up, you know they're being bad, but you choose them more than you choose y'all. Your husband, your wife, you choose them, you choose more than y'all. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you choose them. Your job, you know what I'm saying? Y'all told you, can't be no stripper no more. You know what I'm saying? After you come to the truth, you know? And you're up there saying stuff your body again. And y'all's telling you. And you take you about 2 months to come off the stage. After you told you the first week, get off the stage. Slow act. Even though you obeyed, but why did it take you 2 months? Abraham did it that day. Especially with that circumcision. Abraham was old. What was he? 90 years old? No, what was he? Had to be 70, about 80, 85 years old.
He's a grown man, nevertheless.
He old. Go get that circumcision again. That hurts. But he did his whole house. Told his servants, anybody in this house that was a male, you gotta get circumcised. Like it or not. Hey. Think about me being a slave, Abraham. Think about Eleazar, you know. And Abraham told me, he said, you gotta get circumcised. What?
They said, how that day.
You think about it, his whole household. But think about it. When y'all told Abraham to do something, he did it. When y'all told Abraham to leave his household at age 75 in Canaan land and go to Canaan land, he left his father and everything that he owned. That was permanent down there in Haran, whatever it is, or wherever he was at, but Mesopotamia, where was he at living? He had to leave it. But I like that. He was not slow to act. He was being tried. We are the same way today. That's what y'all do with us every day. He tries us every day. I'm trying to tell you, faith is not slow to act. Faith is when y'all tell you do it, just do it. You want to know what faith is? Y'all said do it one time, and he want to tell you 3 or 4 times. I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't tell me 3 or 4 times. When y'all tell me to do one thing, he do that one thing, and he leave it alone. That's with me. I don't know about y'all. He might tell y'all 3 or 4 times. He tell me one time. Because after that one time, he don't tell me. Because you know what? When I don't do it, I done lost the blessing. I done missed out the blessing. I done missed out the rewards of y'all. You don't want to miss out the rewards of y'all. Y'all will give you reward. That's bountifully. You know what I'm saying? I just like that. I can talk about Miguel right now. He didn't know he had a drum set. By him coming to the house of y'all, he done had seen his drum set. What if he never came to the house of Yahuwah? That drum set would have still been there, and he didn't know he had a drum set. Would never know he had one. But since he was faithful, coming out here, no, he probably was acting up. No, Mom, I don't want to come to church tonight. I don't want to come see Bishop Ron. No, I don't want to come. I want to go pay my place. I want to watch TV. Forget coming to the house of y'all. Mad up. But he sacrificed. Let me go to the house of y'all before I get my butt whooped. You know what I'm saying? Let me be obedient before I get in trouble. And came out here. He sacrificed his behind parts. It came out. Now he got a drum set. Just joking, little yo. Just joking. What I'm just trying to say is, slow to act. Abraham was not slow to act. I just want to catch that. He's being tried. Satan came to him and showed look at these examples that he was being tried. All right? Let's go to Yesher 22. And this is what I like about this one. See, that's what I be reading. I be picking up stuff on this book, man. I love when I read the Apocrypha, man. This stuff for real, man. And I like the old Tanakh, what we got there. It gets you basic. But right here, it get a little depth. We're going to Yes Sir, chapter 22. Sister Lisa, how that big sword working out for you? Huh? You working with it? You said, I'm glad I ain't tried it yet. That big sword, that big rock, that's a big cannon right there, boy. All right, chapter 22. I'm trying to get in myself. All right, chapter 22, yes, sir, chapter 20, verse 47. It says right here, I like this right here. It says, and Elohim said unto Satan, whence cometh thou? And Satan said to Elohim, and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down it. And Elohim said unto Satan, Yah, what is thy word to me concerning all the children of earth? What is the word? Look at that. See, I told you Satan got dominion over this place, man. Because he already know he come for y'all for something. He said, where you come for all the children of earth? Why you coming talking to me, Satan? What you coming for, Satan? Told you Satan come talk to y'all. He's Melachite, evil Melachite. But he come and talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And Satan answered Elohim and said, I have seen all the children of the earth who served you, and remember thee when thou required anything from thee. So when thou givest them the things which thou require from you, they sit in their ease, and forsake you, and they remember you no more. Think about that. When y'all give you desires in your heart, that's what Satan be saying. When y'all give you a brand new house with 5-bedroom house, 3-bedroom, y'all give you a nice car, my nice Cadillac with my Corvette engine in it, man. When y'all give me my nice beach house and everything that, when y'all give me my $1 trillion, guess what? They sit at ease. They forget. All that time you've been praying to y'all, all the time you've been going through, all the time you've been waiting, doing all you can. You've been reading, you've been fasting, you've been praying, you've been going to the house of y'all every Shabbat, you've been going to every service on Wednesday night, y'all who are studying, beginning Shabbat on Friday night, Shabbat, and every other service, you've been praising y'all, you've been singing His faith, but when y'all get desires in your heart, you take your ease. You don't come to Shabbat like you come every time now. You come in all late, about 5 minutes left of the service. Come in and sit down. And then you give Him praise. You know what I'm saying? Which I say you can do. I don't care. You go ahead and do that. Don't bother me. You don't even come to Yahuwah studies no more. You only come about 5 minutes once a week. All right? Verse 50. As thou seen Abraham, your son, Terah, who at first had no children, and he served you and erected altars to thee whenever he came, and he brought up offerings upon them, and he proclaimed the name continually to all the children of earth. All right? See what Satan's saying about Abraham. He's accusing the brethren. This is how Satan be doing. He's accusing of the brethren. Verse 51. And now his son Isaac is born to him. He has forsaken you, y'all. He has made a great feast for all the inhabitants of the land, and the Elohim has forgotten. Look at what Satan said. He done made a feast for all the inhabitants of the land. The king of the Canaan, the king of the Philistines came over. The king of Sodom and Gomorrah, everybody all over the land came over and fellowship with Abraham. When he says, Elohim, he has forgotten you. This is what Satan said. For amidst all that he has done, he brought thee no offering, neither burnt offering, no peace offering, neither ox, lamb, no goat, or all that he had killed the day that the sun was weaned. Look what Satan said. When Isaac was born, look what he did. He didn't give you no offering. He didn't give you no offering, no burnt offering, no peace offering, no ox, no goat, nothing. He didn't kill that all the day long. Satan said that. You didn't kill nothing. This is what Satan said to y'all about Abraham. He done did it in Heaven Land. Look at it. In the Heaven Land, they were partying down. They were throwing down. They rose up and played. Look at them. They're throwing down. He said, y'all, he forgot about you. Let's accuse of the brethren. Satan accusing us. From the 10th, for verse 53, even from the time of his son's birth till now, being 77 years, he built no altar before you, nor brought any offer to you. Dad, this is what Satan. Satan had this. He already had this in mind. He was watching Abraham. He's sitting there watching. Look what he was saying. He built no altar before you, nor brought any offering to you, for he saw that you did give what he requested before you, and he therefore forsook you. That's what he's saying about us right now. When y'all get desire in your heart, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to sit down there and see when you're going to say, thank you, Yeshua. He's going to see if you're going to be praying. He's going to see if you're still fasting. He's going to still see if you still continue doing the faith as y'all did the first time. Just like the atheist church that lost their first love. He's going to see if you still love your first love. Y'all got to be your first love. If the atheist church lost their first love, they were doing everything, but they lost the inner part of loving y'all. 54, and Elohim said to Satan, hast thou considered my servant Abraham? For there is none like him upon the earth, a perfect and upright man before me, one that fears y'all and avoids evil, as I live. Oof, as I live. That's y'all saying that. Were I to say to him, bring up Isaac thy son before me, he would not withhold him from me. Much more if I told him to bring him up a burnt offering before me for his flock of herds. And Satan answered Elohim and said, speak then now to Abraham, as thou hast said, and thou wilt see whether he will not this day transgress and cast aside your word. That's how Satan be doing it. Satan be challenging, man. That's how y'all, Satan, they be playing games with us, man. But so y'all knows him. Y'all knows us. That's why he be trying. That's why I told you there's no temptation such as common to man. Y'all knows that. So when that temptation comes, y'all will give you a way out of it, enough to bear it. And guess who's coming for the accusation? Satan. Satan's coming. Just to see where he at. And that's what he just said. Watch, he cursed you. Watch. I like how he said that. Whether he would not this day transgress or cast aside your word. Cast aside your word like your word don't mean nothing. But we already know what Abraham did, man. We already know that. We already know that. All right? Let's go to Job chapter 1. Same thing. Same. I like this, man. Accusing the brother. Job chapter 1. You're being tried. El-beth-el, you're being tried. Bishop Ronolad Hairston Jr., you're being tried. Every day, Satan will try us. When you get up, when y'all open your eyes, and you get your feet off that bed and start walking, or wherever you're going to do that day, you're going to get tried. You don't know what's coming at the door. When you walk outside the door, you don't know what's coming in your front porch. You might meet you when you get out the porch. You might get you at your job site. Might get you at the grocery store. Might get you at Walmart. Might get you at the park. Might get you on the streets. Riding down the streets and everything else. Here you go, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yah, came to present themselves before Elohim, and Satan came along among them. And Yah said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yah, and said, from going to and fro in the earth, from walking up and down in it. And Elohim said to Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that fears Yah and shews evil? Then Satan answered Yah and said, do Job fear Yah or not? That's what Satan be asking us. Do Yah, do Ronald get here to fear you or not? You know what I'm saying? Does Ron fear Yah or not? Do Ron get here to fear Yah or not? Do the same thing. Do Job fear Yah or not? To Ronald Kennedy Hairston Jr., fear Yah not. He does that. Do we reverence him not? Do we reverence sin or do we reverence Yah? Which one do we reverence? Like I said, what masters are we serving? What master are we serving? Excuse me. What master are we serving? Verse Verse 10, has I not made a hedge about him? Verse 10, and about his house, about all that he have, every side. Thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and in substance and increase in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he have, and he will curse you to your face. I like that. He will curse you to your face. That's what Satan said. He will curse you to your face. I'm going to show you where somebody cursed Yah to his face. I'm going to show you. And Elohim said to Satan, behold, all that he have is in your power. Only upon himself put not your hand. So Satan went forth the presence of Elohim. I'll go down. Verse 20. Then Job rose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. And he said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. Elohim gave, and Elohim took away. Blessed be the name of Elohim. And all this, Job sinned not, nor charged Yah foolishly. Everything what happened, he did not charge Yah foolishly. He spoke the right things. Everything was taken away from him. All his land, all his cattle, sheep, camel, his children was taken away. They died. He lost everything. But he did not charge God foolishly. He did not curse God. He did not threaten God. He was being tried. He praised God. He worshiped God. We got to do the same thing, because we're going to be challenged. Now, let me go ahead and show you the other side of this. Let's go to 2 Samuel. I'm going to show you something. This is what Yah has showed me. 2 Samuel chapter 11. We're going to talk about King David. Remember, King David after Yah's own heart. King David, his throne should live forever. This is King David right here. All right. 2 Samuel chapter 11. All you put me in a big podium, man. Come on, man. All right. Second Samuel chapter 11. Read about your boy King David. King David, a shepherd boy, one that beat Goliath, the giant. You know what I'm saying? One that tore down lions and killed bears as a shepherd boy. One that played the harp, cast out devils by playing the harp. This boy bad, man.
Renaissance man.
You know what I'm saying? Renaissance. What's Renaissance? Help me out.
I think the term is a man well-rounded.
Well-rounded. Okay, I like that. Renaissance. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Renaissance man. There you go. One man said the words, touch not Yah's anointed, do the prophet no harm. Touching his heart got smoked. And you know what I'm saying? He had a chance to take out the king, Yah's anointed, and humble himself, and Yah fought his battle. One, the man that took advice from a woman named Abigail, because he straight will tear the house down. Everyone that pisses on the gate, that's what he says. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about every man. You know what I'm saying? He was going to take the ball out. That fool.
He was going to kill her too?
Yes. Yeah. I thought it's every man, every woman was going to leave, but he did that. That's right. That man, you know what I'm saying? That man, boy, was on the run for a while. That man was anointed. That man went to the temple, man, and they ate the holy bread on the table after 3 days, man. They weren't supposed to touch. On the Levites supposed to eat the bread. Shoe bread. That man, think about it, anointed. That man, y'all love. Y'all still loves that man. But this is what this man did. He put an accusation against y'all. He spit in y'all's face. He cursed y'all's face up and down. This man did right here. Spit in y'all's face. I'll show you how this man did this. This King David. I like to talk about King David, because I like him too. My man, King David. That's why I came back to the faith, because if he did it, y'all surely got to forgive me. All right, 2 Samuel chapter 11. And it came to pass, after year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servant with him, and all the Israelites, Yisrael. They destroyed the children of Ammon, besieged Rabbah, but King tarried still at Jerusalem. All right, okay. They was at the war, but King David sent back. I want to get this straight. King David sent back. No matter what, if he went to war or not, he's at home in Jerusalem. All right? I don't hear anybody saying he's supposed to be in war. This is the king. He do what he wanted to. If you want to go to war, go to war. If you stay at home, stay at home. All right? Get this right here. All right? Okay. Verse 2. And it came to pass in the eventide that David rose from off his bed, yes, he was bored, and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And in front he saw a woman washing herself, and that woman was very beautiful to look upon. Right there. Let's talk about that a little bit. Sat there and watched the woman washing. Come on, man. That dude's a man, man. Stay there for a while. Come on, man. This is David said, I won't let no evil on my eyesight. He said that now because he knew he was wrong that time. Now he said that he won't look upon no evil with his eyes now. That's in Psalms. You know, and Job said this too. I will look at this, if I do, he said, let another grind my wife. He said that. Job said that. Righteous Job said that. If he said, if I look upon my handmaid, you said, let another grind my wife, man. That's hard. That's hard saying. But David right here, he stood there and watched her, man. Knowing he should have looked at her, turned around and walked away, went in his house and shut the door. But he stayed there because he was a man. He's a man. Come on. He's a man.
He was in lust.
Okay, but he's a man.
That was in lust.
That was in lust. They had no business in lust anyway. He had no business. That wasn't his wife. You didn't talk about that yesterday, man. You got to go through vows and everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he did. Okay, at least he was right. Okay, he was in lust. He stayed for a while. He watched her for a while, which he shouldn't did. Any man would have did it. I would have did it. I would have been wrong.
The man in lust.
The man in lust. I was in lust. But I had a chance. No man, so temptations come to man. We're going to temptation right now. Y'all get your way out of it. How do y'all get your way out of it? I do about face. Keep on walking and don't look back.
Right.
That correct?
That's right.
Right then. That's what David should have did. But David still walked. But this is what David's smart. He right. This is what I would have did too. Okay, after I was lusting, you know what I'm saying? My eyes. Okay. Verse 3. And David sent and inquired. All right. David started asking after the woman. And he said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent a messenger that took her. All right. He inquired after the woman. And one said, He got the answer. It's like when you look at somebody's hand, they got that ring on their left hand. That's just a sign. They're just telling you she married. Okay, now you know she married. Now you want to investigate, then you ask her if she married or not. That's just a sign. Just like King David did. He couldn't look that far, man. He had no eyes like eagle. He couldn't see if she had any wings. But back in the day, they didn't have no wings. All right? But he inquired of her. He asked. Then, like I said, and one said, here's your answer. Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elon, the wife of Uriah, the Hittite? We already know Uriah was one of his chief 30 men, or one of the 30s, one of his commanders. One is at war right now. He knows who Uriah the Hittite is. All right? Okay, then he goes right here. And David sent messenger and took her. That's where he sinned. Right there. Right there. That's right there. That was his test. His trial. He done failed. That's what Satan accused him, brother. Watch this. Satan says, Yah says, who you want? I said, oh, you been up and down? He said, yeah. You consider David, King David, my son, after my own heart, who I lovest? You consider David? I said, I bet he'll curse you to your face right now. Watch this. I'm a guy now. Watch. That's how you set him up. By putting the sheep right there, washed over the top of the house, man. Washing down while she's all open. And right there, and that's where it happened. That's right there. I'm going to show you, man. Y'all ain't finished with me yet, man. Watch. Okay, it says, and David sent messenger, and she came into him, and she laid with her, where she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned to her house, and the woman conceived and sent forth and told David, and she had with child. Bam! Sin already. He said when he laid her already. Sin already. All right? Okay then. Sin already. Boom. Sin. All right? He done failed. We already know the story. Okay, they try to get Uriah the Hittite to come on, try to put on the father. He comes from battle. Then David says, hey, good battle. What's going on with my troops? Everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? Okay, once you refresh yourself and go on to your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? You did good, you know? And Uriah, and I like that Uriah was back, and this is in the Tanakh too. If you're out to battle, man, you ain't supposed to go home to your wife. He stayed right there at King David's house, in tents with his men. So how can I go home when the ark? He said, when the ark of the covenant is out the war. And then he said, how can I go out there and you like you sit at home? Kind of jumped the king too. You ain't supposed to do that. He kind of shamed the king too. Knowing the king David used to go out to battle with them. How can I go like you at home with delicate hands and stuff? And go with my wife. You know what I'm saying? He said all that. He kind of shamed the king too. Probably y'all put in the spirit to say that. Yeah. Cut him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he knows that you done sinned him.
Ain't no way out.
He don't set him up, try to set him up. But Uriah says no. He stayed and got drunk and slept on the ground, passed out. But then, since he knew he couldn't get him go to home, so the only way he could do is take him out. So he sent him with a letter saying to Joab, the command officer, with a death in his hands, the right with paper with death in his hand, and went to Joab and says, hey, this is from King David. And King David, and then Joab read it, it said, put Uriah, the heat of the battle. He looked at Uriah, put that paper right there, and threw it in the fire. That was crazy, man. Now he done killed the dude, King David did. Done slept with his wife, adultery, now he done killed him. So he could marry her, to be legal.
It was the baby.
To legal. Yes, I understand. I understand that. But I got something to tell you, man. This is what you said yesterday when y'all showed me. I like this. Y'all would put it in your face. Y'all would put an accusation in your face and get you in your face. He would get you in your face. He said, I'll get you back in your own face. I will show you. I will get back to you. Face to face. Y'all said this. All right. Did I tell you that Job and Abraham was tested? They was tried. All right? They didn't let y'all's word go to the ground. and they were not slow to act. Okay? On the commandments. Slow to act. King David was slow to act. How was he slow to act? He stayed there and looked at Bathsheba. How he was slow to act? When he inquired her, he said, okay, he should have left it alone. But he sent messengers to go get her. He already had the power anyway. He used his power. I'm trying to tell you, which master you're going to serve. He served Satan that day instead of serving Yah. Who got the glory? Satan got the glory that day. The why Satan got the glory? Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 12. Check this out. I like this part right here. Verse 7. All right, y'all get a chance, I want you to read the whole chapter 11, the whole chapter 12. All right? Verse 7. Here comes Nathan, the prophet. Y'all already know Nathan already told the story already. Think about it. Nathan the prophet going before the king. Now, you're a prophet. You can't go in the king any other way. So he came with a story. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to read that story. Because, man, a king still cut your head off. I don't care if you're a prophet or anything. You already seen some of the kings cut off some of the prophets already. Just get mad everywhere. But this man came with a story. All right? That's verse 7. And Nathan said unto David, thou that man, he said, Elohim Yah of Israel, I anointed you to be king over Israel and deliver you out of the hand of Saul. All right? This is what Nathan's telling King David. I gave you a master's house. I gave you Saul's house. I gave you a master wives into your bosom. I gave you the house of Israel of Judah. I gave you all Judah. And that it said, if that had been too little, that's what y'all said. If that had been too little, I was born to give you such and such thing. He said, I would give you desires of your heart. If that was too little, I'd give you anything else you would have desired. Verse 9. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandments? Where did he despise the commandments? Adultery and murder. Of Elohim, do the evil in this sight. You did evil in his sight. Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with a sword, and hast taken his wife to be your wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon, which you talked about last night. There were 7. You should not even go talk. Even if they should not marry, but you don't put it with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? That was disgusting to y'all. Verse 10. Now, therefore, the sword should never depart your house. Now, when you say y'all will come to your face, show you shame in your face, this is one right here. When it says the sword should never come depart from your house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus says Elohim, behold, I will rise up evil against you out of your own house. If you continue reading after chapter 12, chapter 13 down, you'll see his household. Start reading chapter 13 and 14, his household. That's what I say right here. He says, evil shall come against thee out of your own house, and I will take your wives before your eyes and give them to your neighbors, and he shall lie with them in the sight of the sun. That's why I said, y'all will do it in your face right there, in the sight of the sun, and say your neighbors will take your wife in the sight of the sun. Right now, y'all was saying that. For thou didst secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel, before the sun. Wow. He said, you did it in secretly? He said, I will do this all before Israel. Israel will know the whole thing. Poof! Sunlight, a big light. Poof! You know how to put the spotlight on you? Poof! Spotlight. Y'all gonna show you everything you did. Everything. Spotlight. You say because you did it in secretly, you think you was hiding out, think you nobody didn't see you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the spotlight. I'm gonna expose you. Y'all say I'm gonna expose you now. Okay? He says, I will do this thing before all Israel on the side. And David said to Nathan, I have sinned against Elohim. And Nathan said unto David, Elohim also have put away your sins. Thou shalt not die. That's much, y'all. Well, because he repented. He godly sorrow repented. Howbeit, because By this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemy of Elohim, to blaspheme the child, to blaspheme. The child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. Verse 14 I want y'all to look at. Verse 14. Verse 14. Now check it out. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemy. Who was the enemy? Great occasion. Enemy. Excuse me. Brother Fader, you can't take him home?
Yeah, I can.
Please, man. Oh, he don't need to ride that bike. Excuse me, in the sermon.
No, it's all right. No, that's
All right.
there. You can't wait. That'll be all right. I'll just go slow.
All right, sir. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Say great occasion. Who was the great occasion? It was the devil. You made an occasion against the enemy. That's what y'all say. That's what Nathan told David right there. It says right here, verse 14, howbeit because by this deed, by this accusation, thou hast given a great occasion to the enemy of Elohim. Who's the enemies of Elohim? Satan and everybody else. To blaspheme. So the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. We already know that firstborn, a child of his from Bathsheba died. But he gave great occasion of the enemy. That's what I'm trying to talk about. That was a test. That was a trial. David failed that trial. He was being tried by fire. And he failed. And he failed. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 10. Verse 10. Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 10. I taught you well. You're going to the first book of the books, going to the page number. I taught you well. Taught your son that, now you caught on. I like that. When thou hast eaten and art full, that thou shalt bless Elohim Yah for the good land which thou hast given you. Beware that thou forget not Elohim your Yah, and not keeping his commandments. And not keeping his commandments. That's what David did. David forgot. David forgot. David blessed him. Yah has blessed David with good land that he has given him. And the judgment and the statute which I command you this day, these when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses, and dwelt therein, when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then your heart is lifted up, and thou forget Elohim your Yah, which brought you forth out of the land of Nazarene, from the house of bondage, who led you through the great and terrible wilderness. Therein were fiery serpents and scorpions and droughts, where there was no water, who brought you forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble you, and that he might prove you, to do you good at your latter end. And thou say in thy heart, my power and my might are mine, and had got me this wealth. Look at verse 17. And thou say in your heart, y'all say in your heart, my power and my might is mine. I done all this. You know that y'all done did everything. You don't forgot. You don't got herds, you got silver, you got houses, you got cars. You know what I'm saying? You doing it big. My heart, my mind, my heart done did all this. My power and my might, my mind are mine. Hands have got me this wealth, verse 18. But thou shalt remember Elohim your Yah, for it is he that gives you power to get wealth. Remember that. It is he that gives you power to get wealth. That he may establish his covenant with he, which he swore unto your father as of this day. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Elohim your Yah, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day, that you shall surely perish, as the nations which the Elohim destroyed before your faces. Like that, verse 20. As the nations which Elohim destroyed before your face, so shall you, says, so shall you perish, because you would not be obedient unto the voice of Elohim your Yah. I like that. This was before King David. I like that how y'all be prophesying. He tells you everything before you do it. Now, this is 3,000, 4,000 years with us now. These words are still true. They don't go void. When the word go forth, it ain't going to go back to y'all. It's going to accomplish the things it's going to do. And look what King David did. He did an accusation against y'all. Because, you know what I'm saying, the accuser of the brother came to Yah and said, look at your servant David. He didn't go to battle. Look at him. He's at the king's house, chilling out. Look at him. He forgot Yah. He forgot the commandments, statutes, judgments, precepts. He said, all this is mine. I got all this power. And I did all this with my hands. And forgot about the law, statute, commandments, judgments, precepts of Yah. And look what happened. He perished. You read on Psalms 32, he was in drought for a whole year. Y'all didn't talk to him a whole year. He was in a drought. He was in pain. He was in suffering. Let's go to Job 23. Almost done. Just try to tell you, we're going to be tried in this thing. But I want to look at the servants. They were challenged, but they came out with pure as gold. Pure. Gold is like the righteousness of Yah. It's in Job 23:10. Job 23:10. But he knew that, verse 8. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backwards, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he do work, but I cannot behold him. He hides himself on the right hand, and I cannot see him. But he know the way that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot has held his steps. His ways have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandments of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than a necessary food. All right? This is what Job said. This is what Job said. He says, he knows the ways that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold. And Job was speaking that out of his mouth. That's how much he had faith in Yah. That's how much he knew. Like I said, when he was speaking all that stuff, man, that he was saying vows. He said, if I don't do this to another, let him do it to me. Which he knew he didn't do it. Especially when I like that when he talk about, if I looked upon a handmaid, and he said, let his wife, you know what I'm saying? But he knew he didn't do that. All his friends say he was sinning. Job said he did not sin. Job said, I was walking away in righteousness. And he said, even Yah knows my footsteps. That's what we should be saying. Yahuwah knows our footsteps. You know? King David couldn't say that. Abraham could say that. Job could say that. But King David could not say that. But King David was different from anybody else. When David knew that he was sin, he hurried up and repented. Because David, he already knew David was supposed to be dead. Back in the Tanakh, you already know the Tanakh. You commit adultery or you commit a murder, that's death. There was no atonement for that sin. Only atonement for that sin right now is Yeshua. You still don't do that, but Yeshua can cleanse you for that. But back after that, before Yeshua, that was death. He knew it. Death. But I'm saying, when we get tried, pure as gold. And I like that. Where Abraham was not slow to act. There's no temptation such as common to man, but Yah makes a way out of it. He gives you a way out of it. Last scripture today. I'll be done with y'all. But I like that how King David, I had to share that with you about King David. He did an accusation. The accuser of the brother came to King David. King David. I got another one too. Peter. That's why Yeshua says Satan want to sift you as wheat. Satan want to sift you as wheat, but Yeshua said, I don't pray for you, Peter. He said, when you strengthen your brother, he said, when you are converted, strengthen your brother. When you are converted. At the time, Peter was not converted yet. Peter was weak. He says, Satan want to sift you as wheat. Satan want to try you. That's why he cursed Yeshua 3 times. I know him not. Started cursing up a storm. Denying our Savior. Peter did. But he repented too. Repented too. Where did I say I was going? Man, I'm counting on y'all, man. What's up? We're going to James chapter 1 and stop playing. I had to see a moment too. I ain't gonna lie to you on the stage. James chapter 1, let's roll. Last one. Last one. It says right here, verse 12. Broken is the man that endured temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. Receive the crown of life, which Elohim had promised to them that love him. What is the crown of life? Do anybody know the crown of life? My children, what is the crown of life? Do y'all know? The crown that gives you life. There's a crown that gives you life. That's Yeshua. He got the crown. He do give you life. The crown of life is eternal life. Everlasting life. Live forever and ever and never die again. This flesh, we die. Get a baby, get old to about 90 to 100 years, you're going to die. Everybody does that. But our soul lives. Our soul goes to Shamarine, or it goes to damnation. For the bad people go. Alright? He says, temptation. Blessed is the man that endures temptation. They shall receive the crown of life. The crown of life is everlasting, being with Yeshua forever and ever. That's the crown of life. Forever and ever. Verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yah. For Yah cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. That's right. Yah cannot be tempted with evil. Yah let Satan do the evil stuff. Satan's going to tempt you. Yah's not going to tempt you. That's why when Satan came to Yah with the Melechizedek, then Yah asked the question, what you want? And then he said, you consider my servant Job faithful in all the earth. He said, yeah, but then Job says, watch. Then Satan says, why? Watch. Job will curse you in the face. I said, okay, go ahead. Do what you want to do with him. But you can't have his soul. He tested him. Then Job passed it. Same with Abraham. Satan says, I don't try him. Satan says, Satan says, he ain't give you no offering since your son was born. He ain't give you nothing. Watch this. Watch you just stay by the son. He will curse you too. But Abraham was faithful. He had eternal life. Abraham was called the father of nations. Because of this thing. He was faithful. But verse 14, but every man is tempted, and when he is drawn away in his own lust, and enticed, then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it's finished, it brings forth death. Do not err, my beloved brother. Like verse 14. Every man is tempted. David was tempted. And when he is drawn away with his own lust, like David was lusted, he lusted, that he was enticed through his own lust. And then when he had conceived, when he got done with it, when he got what he wanted, that's conceived, it brings forth sin. That's what it brought forth sin. He lusted and enticed all he wanted to, but when he conceived what he lusted and enticed for, then it brings forth the sin. Then when it brings forth sin, when you're done sin, it's death. Sin is death. But the gift of Yeshua is life. The atonement of Yeshua, the forgiveness, the life that you live in Yeshua is your atonement. But when you're sinning, it's death. All right? I start right there. Again, TV land, y'all told me about the trials that we be going through. But y'all always told me there's a way out of it. There's always a way out of temptation. All the trials that we go through and all the temptation we go through, there's a way out of it. There's upon you to get out that trial. Like I said, there's 3 doors. He might give you the first door, you better run out of it, because you don't get the second or third one, or that trial may come to the 3rd door. So you got to bear all that stuff that you're going through to the 3rd door. And when that 3rd door comes, you better run out of it, because there ain't no more doors after that. There's 3 doors. I say there's 3 doors. First door, you better go through it. It might be the second door. If the second door open, it ain't going to be no 3rd door. The 3rd door, that's the last door. You better get out of Dodge. Give you enough to bear it. And at the 3rd door, there ain't no more, then you're done. Right? Again, I leave the door open for everybody that want to be saved. TV land. I'm about to go see my brother in Chicago. He's graduating, get his master's degree, and he said he want to be baptized in Yeshua's name. So that's right. I'm going to baptize my middle brother. I'm excited about that. So we're going to find a pool, something close. I'm baptizing in Yeshua's name. So I leave the doors open to everybody that want to be baptized. TV land, you got the number, you got the address. All you got to do is repent for your sins, call on the name of Yeshua, repent, and be baptized. Then he shall fill you with the Ruach HaKodesh. All right? So I bless TV land and the body of believers. May y'all bless thee and keep thee. May y'all make your face shine upon you, grace to thee. May y'all live with come upon you, give you peace in Yahushua's name. May y'all make you ride on the high place of the earth. Feed with the heritage of your code, with the heritage of your code, with the heritage of Abraham, for the mouth of y'all has spoken it, for the mouth of y'all has spoken in Yahushua's name. And I greet Ahmad, and I greet Pastor Desiree and all the churches in Kush. The bishop says salutations to all the elders in Kenya and Burundi, Kush. I will be there soon. In Yahushua's name. Ahmad.